Good evening, everybody. Today we are going to be talking about a very urgent subject for you. All of you who have just joined DNB, they must be waiting to write their protocols, and there must be a lot of pressure on you to write the thesis. So we thought it's a good idea to talk briefly about how you go about writing a thesis. And if you see the way I've written the topic here, I've written how to write in a fairly large a thesis. I put it as a small letter, not the capital letter, which probably you would be expecting or I should have been doing. The only reason I put it this way is that although it appears to be a very large entity, big wet blanket that hits you the moment you enter the course, it is not really that difficult. It just requires some basic understanding of some of the principles of writing something big, you see. So, because most of the time what happens is that for you, this is one of the first experiences of writing something big. Unfortunately, nowadays in schools also, we don't even write essays. So, for you, it must be feeling like something very big to write. Something like 100 pages, 150 pages seems like a tall order. But in the next 20, 25 minutes, I'm just going to tell you that it won't be so tall as long as you understand the basic concepts. I borrowed this slide from the internet, and just because I like the way things have been put here, I know that there are a lot of inputs in all my slides from various sources, but this one I like particularly a lot. The first step it says is understand the goal of a thesis. Why are you writing a thesis? As far as the board is concerned and as far as the expectations of your faculty and guides are concerned, the whole idea is to let you understand how to study a subject in a scientific manner and how to present that subject. So that is the goal of a thesis. The second is you must naturally to do that kind of thing. You must know about the qualities of a good thesis, which I'll show you in the some upcoming slides. And then while you are after that, you have to understand the structure of a good thesis. How do you go about writing? In what format do you write those? So, a structure of a good thesis. And the thing that I'm very much fond of, that is to understand the language of a good thesis. Unfortunately for us, English is not our mother tongue. And it is quite likely that we don't feel at home with the language. But even be that as it may, it is possible for us to so write the language that it is intelligible, it is free of grammatic errors, using short sentences, etc., so that we don't make huge mistakes. One of the big mistakes that we all make while writing any big essay or any kind of thing, even a thesis for that matter, is to write extremely long sentences and convoluted sentences which people cannot understand or follow. So we should try to avoid that. I'll have something to say about it, the last few slides. And then most importantly, you must know when to seek help for the thesis. You know, you're not alone. You have a lot of literature, you have your guide who will also be your mentor. You know, none of us ever forget the person who has guided us. All of us, whether it's me, Dr. Kakkar, who is with us here in the right now, all of us recollect the people who mentored us and particularly who helped us out in the thesis. So there's some of the do's, you know, the things that you should know, and some of the don'ts. And I would like to emphasize this thing. Never plagiarize. Nowadays, it is possible to find out if you copy things from anywhere, people will be able to instantly find out not only whether you have copied or not, but how much you have copied. Even they're able to tell you the percentage also. So never plagiarize and never falsify or cook the data. It doesn't matter. You know, the dissertation or the thesis that you're going to write is not going to shake the earth, perhaps not going to get you a Nobel Prize. So there's no need for you to falsify the data. Write what you have found. And your guide is there to help you set it in order. And whenever you write sentences, do not use passive voice, use active voice, something direct. Do not say things like it has been said, etc., etc. Say it. Do not put it in indirect ways. And do not use words like some, considerable, etc., etc. And do not use abbreviations and which are not defined earlier. That is, whenever you are using an abbreviation that should have been defined earlier somewhere. that you should have written what it is about. Only then you should continue to use that abbreviation. And secondly, if it is an internationally accepted abbreviation, of course, it doesn't require an explanation. But otherwise, you must always use the full line instead of abbreviations. So these are some of the things I wanted to set it out right in the beginning before I go into the structure of a thesis at all. Now, the most difficult thing, uh, or sort of, why is it so difficult in our minds? You know, there is something that we have in our minds and something we have in practice. In our mind, why is it so difficult? That's because we think thesis is some kind of a specialization, some specialty. You should know everything about that subject on which you write the thesis. Good if you can do it. It may not be always possible because the knowledge is so vast. But yes, it does succinctly cover a specialized aspect in great detail. And for you all, as I've said, it may be first time in your life that you're writing, and most importantly, it is time bound. And you don't have the skills of writing and literature review. So these have to be learned, and that is the purpose of making you write a thesis, right? And that's why writing thesis is felt as difficult for you. I try to prove to you that it's not so difficult. Now, the very first thing that comes to your mind is the title of the thesis. You're looking for a topic, you're looking for a subject, and it's a tall order for anybody because you are suddenly coming from an undergraduate level. You've really not thought about a particular subject, or you have not thought about perhaps which subject you're going to get into, and suddenly within 15 days of your arrival, you're asked to choose in detail a topic of any part of surgery. Obviously, this is hard. Nobody is saying that it's easy. But then it's essentially you should understand that even as you choose a wide topic, always keep in mind, is it feasible? Is it something that I can do in the kind of hospital or in the kind of setting that I'm in? For example, it is most of your hospitals may not be medical colleges. You know, medical colleges tend to get a wide range of cases, and your teachers are also in a position to give you topics on a wide range of subjects, and they themselves are working on a wide range of things. That is not something which is possible in a corporate hospital where the subject is split into several specialties, and it's also not possible for you to do in a much smaller setup where such kind of wide range of cases don't come. So therefore, always keep feasibility in mind. Can I really do? This is something I might want to do, I might love to do, but can I do? Now, who can help you in this? There are two things which will quickly give you an idea of what subject you can work on. You see your OT lists, you see your OPDs. In a matter of couple of weeks, you will come to know what are the types of cases your units are handling. What are the types of cases which come to your OPD? You will come to know in a matter of a week or 10 days. And second thing, get in touch with your faculty guide. He will tell you, he or she will tell you what are the subjects which you can work upon, because it's not only a matter of interest to them, but they're familiar with the setup and they'll be able to guide you on that. So you don't have to spend enormous energy trying to decide which is the topic that you want to work on. Always remember that when you find the title of the thesis, it's actually a statement you are making. For example, if you say that the role of antibiotics in the management of appendicitis, let us say that this is your topic, you are making a statement. That means all of us believe that antibiotics should be given, and you may be making a statement that it should not be given. So therefore, the title itself puts across a statement, a theory, or an argument. Never choose a title where the answer is yes or no. If the answer is yes or no, then there is no thesis at all, right? So you have to choose a topic which is arguable and which is therefore a matter of discussion. And you put it forward as a premise or as a statement. It will be wonderful if that particular topic is also of your personal interest and you are happy, you are passionate about it. Because even while you are working on the particular topic, you can feel very frustrated sometimes because things are not going according to what you thought they will go. Results are not coming up the way you thought they'll come. And it will help you if you have interest and passion in working on. There are certain subjects in which the results aren't great, right? So in such a situation, you may feel frustrated. But if you're passionate, then you won't feel frustrated. It'll be nice. But remember, it doesn't always happen. Now, in order to decide, therefore, the topic, you therefore get in touch with your faculty, find out whether it's feasible or not, find out your caseload, and lastly, read up a lot of literature before you can, zero in on a subject which you think is doable, workable. And when you read, then you might find some things very interesting. I'll talk about it in the next slide.